Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another live show on the channel. Yes, it is the 1500 subscriber Q&A video for tonight. So it's an opportunity to ask me some questions, and I will do my best to answer them for you. The questions don't have to be all football related, so you can pretty much be anything in general, as long as it's sensible for me to answer, then that is totally okay. I know I couldn't do this as a normal video because I had no questions that weren't replied to or that I didn't get any response from Twitter, but never mind. So that is why I've decided to go and do the show live tonight. So there you are. So yeah, guys, get your questions down in the live chat as well. And again, I will do my best to answer them for you as well. If you are new, please do hit the subscribe button as well. And please don't forget to give this a thumbs up as well. If you want to donate as well, Super Chat is available. And you can do that by clicking the $sign. And if you want like to consider becoming a member of the channel as well, hit the join button, which next to the subscribe button. So just waiting for your questions to come in through the live chat so far. So feel free to get them in there. Kevin says, good evening, PD and all. Evening, Kev. Hope you're well. Feel free to get your questions in there, guys. So, yeah. The under-23s are... the under-23s are getting beat 3-0 the night of Southampton, and it's half-time as well, so they're getting a walloping. So there you are. Mason, good evening. And his question says, what do you think the Palace score will be? Oh, I can't remember what I got. What did I say my predictions again? I have backed Palace to win. I think they will win tonight. I think they are good at home. So I'm going to say either a 2-0 or 2-1. I think it'll be round about that scoreline, but I think Palace will take the 3 points against Leeds United tonight because they are on home turf and they are very good at home as well. So that's why I'll back Palace. I think Palace will get the win tonight. Jabad Abadouan says, do you think we'll go for Europe next season? Maybe. It all depends who we bring in the transfer window and which players we decide to let go who are just not good enough for this football club. If we give it a go, do well in the season, you never know. You just never know. So I'm going to say if we are to go for Europe next, if we are going to aim for Europe next, if we are going to get to Europe next season, I'm going to say we'll finish 7th. So I think our first European tournament we'll enter first will be the Europa Conference, which I don't think would be a bad shout. I really don't think it will be. So I'm going to say, yeah, if we do end up going to Europe in Europe next season, I think we'll go for the Europa Conference and finish 7th place. Kevin says, do you think the bosses are going for Paqueta? Interested. I know Bruno's really trying to persuade them to go and get this lad and bring him to the football club. I really hope we do get this lad in. I think he would be a fantastic signing. I mean, I've seen clips of him at Lyon. He is an attacking midfielder as well. So that's good. Yes, hopefully. I'm going to say they will go for him. I think they will go for him. Yes, I really do think they'll go for him. Kieran says, who do you think Newcastle's marquee signing will be in the summer? I'm going to say, which came to the previous question, Paqueta. I think that's possibly the first one we could look to get in. It would really improve our midfield as well. It really, really would. Mark, good evening, Pete. Hope that you are well, mate. I am very, very thanks, mate. If you want to ask me some questions, get them in the live chat. Definitely, you can ask more than one as well. That's the thing about doing this live as well. Feel free to ask more than one. Dude says who? Oh, you did. Sounds like you didn't finish this question there. If we get Paqueta, would you put Joe Linton in the number 10? Thing is, Paqueta's like an attacker midfield number 10 as well. So it all depends what formation we play next season. Yeah, I think if we go 4-2-3-1, I think you'll see Paqueta more number 10, maybe. I think you could see Joe Linton more central, maybe as well. Possibly Bruno alongside him as well. Yeah, so possibly. I don't think Joe Linton will go number 10. I think centre midfield does him a lot more better at times. But if Paqueta comes in, I think you'd see more him in a number 10 role. Kev says, not sure about Europe. I think we'll be targeting the Cups. Cup runs will be good as well, whether it's the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup. If we could go on a really good cup run, that would be fantastic. It really could be. It's possible. If we get the players in, make sure we have the right players to try go for to try win these tournaments. You just never know. And it says, I have faith in Howe and the lads. Exactly. Everyone's got faith in Eddie Howe. He's doing so well with the side. Give him the extra money. And when it comes to the summer transfer window, which I no doubt he will. And we might just cite some really good players and maybe have another really good season next season. It's possible. It really, really is possible. Indeed, it is. David says, who do you think will win between Manchester City and Real Madrid tomorrow in the Champions League? Wow. It's going to be a very interesting game. I think I've backed Man City for a win, actually. I think Man City could win that game tomorrow. I really believe they can do it. Yeah. I'm going to back Man City to beat Real Madrid tomorrow. It's possible. Done it to one Madrid side. They could do it to another one. B-Bot says, is Newcastle going to be Brazil FC like how Wolves are Portugal? Do you think Newcastle will go for Richarlison and Thiago Silva? Wow, that's a very good question, that one. I don't want to say we'll look a lot like Brazilian FC. If we were to get Paqueta, I think that would be a good signing. I would say we'll be like Brazil FC, but we might add another player from Brazil, Paqueta, by the looks of it. Do you think Newcastle will go for Richarlison or Thiago Silva? I don't think we will, and I don't think I would bring in those players. I don't think Richarlison's a really, really high-rated player. I think Thiago Silva's knocking on a bit now, and they might want to go for defenders who are possibly still young. So I would say we'll be like Brazil FC, but we may add maybe a couple of players from Brazil or possibly one. Do you think? But in terms of going for Richarlison or Thiago Silva, no, I hope not. I wouldn't. Not for me. Sorry. It said Mason. It could be, but is it Paqueta a number 10 as well? He is. He's an attacker midfielder. He is. He is. So they are. Why not? So that it would be good. Evening, Pedro. Good evening, Niall. Feel free to get your questions in the live chat, mate. I was one of the doubters at first, but now I've been converted. Exactly. There you are. We're starting to look a lot more better side now. Jabba says we just need few more defensive players and few forward players like Botman and Son. I mean, Botman will be good. It depends what's happening. Is he still going to AC Milan? I'm not entirely too sure. Son, I don't know if I would get him, but I think we'll definitely be in the market for at least an attacker. Definitely, I think we need to improve up front. It's still quite light. I mean, Chris Wood is just not convincing at the moment. Callum Wilson, he just can't stay fit for a season, and Gale's just not getting a look in, and it's just not good enough for this football club anyway. So I think we'll look for an attacker. In terms of Son, I'm not too sure, but we will go in for an attacker. Paddy, good evening. Hope you're well. Feel free to get your questions in. As well, we'll had some really good questions coming so far. Again, guys, they don't have to always be football related. So there you are. Just as long as they're just suitable for me to answer, that's fine. Kevin says, I will go for one striker and a top defender. Does anyone think Lascelles will stay? It's a tough one because I think we need to move Lascelles on in the summer. If he's lost out in the starting places lately because of how well Fabian Schär and Dan Burn have been doing. So that might make his future go up in the air if he's not getting started now as the captain of the football club. I still personally do think we need to move him on. So it's just a question, would he go? It's really tough, isn't it? I'm thinking, yes, he might go. I mean, again, if he's not getting selected, what's that tell you? He's lost his place out to Dan Burner and Fabian Schär. I mean, he started on Saturday, but I think he'll be back to the bench. I've got to admit, against Liverpool, I think he'll be back on the bench. And he will go back to Fabian Schär and Dan Burn as the centre-back partnership. It was. So I think we might possibly will look to sell the cells on in the summer, and I personally think we should be moving them on as well, definitely. VBBot says, congrats on the 1.5k. It's been 8 years since your first video. You deserve way more than subs. Next season, your views are going to skyrocket. Well, we'll wait and see. It has been 8 years since I did start doing YouTube. It wasn't going very far at first, but I found really good ways to improve myself and just look where I am now. Which I'm really, really pleased about. Definitely. I don't take YouTube as a competition at all. I don't do that. I just enjoy what I like doing and just to do videos for me, subscribers and views to watch out there, which is what matters to me the most in terms of doing YouTube, definitely. So there you are. David says, I can't wait for the Liverpool game on Saturday. I think it's going to be a hard game for us. If we do well, I think we might get something out of the game. You never know. I think it's going to be hard, though. Liverpool, they're still going for the title up front. They're so really dangerous, aren't they? That's the thing, and that what worries me. Salah, Mane, and whoever's playing in the middle, whether it's Jota or Firmino, Origi's a good substitute as well. If we get something out the game, that would be brilliant. It really, really would be brilliant, but it's going to be very, very challenging. Despite the form we've been on, but Liverpool, they're just a really, really hard side to beat. They're just a really, really tough team. They really, really are indeed. Kevin says, I would keep Wood over Wilson just because he's less injury prone and does work hard. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Chris Wood does work hard when he can. But I know there's just not a lot of people who are they're just not convinced with Wood's performances at all. I mean, he's only scored 2 goals since we signed him. We would have thought he would got more. But yet again, you could say you could say maybe the service just hasn't been there a lot to him at times, which to me it hasn't. But yet against some of Wood's holder play has been really not there at times. But you got that right. He has been definitely less injury prone. He hasn't picked up an injury yet since we signed him. Wilson has definitely had 2 serious injuries when he signed. Of course, you remember the hamstring. injury last season, which ruled him out for a couple of months, and this injury down around about the calf, around his calf, that's kept him out since December. It really, really has. I mean, are they going to be back soon? Well, we'll wait and see. Philip says, hi, P. How's it going? Very well, thanks. Get your questions in the live chat for me to answer. There's definitely really some good ones coming in, definitely. So do keep them coming. Gareth says, Lascelles for Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Is Everton not going down? Calvert-Lewin. He can be. He has been a decent, really good striker for them, but he's not been that good this season. But if we were to get Calvert-Lewin, would I back him all the way? I certainly would. He's still a young lad, as well. So if we were to sign Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I would definitely back the lad to try and get up the goals. Congratulations on the 1.5k subscribers. Thank you very, very much, man. Again, please do make sure you hit the subscribe button if you are enjoying the content. Definitely so far. Kevin says, I've subscribed to Paul, Bazza, and Lee, but like Paul's style the best. Of course, another great guys out there as well. Paul, to review, great guy. Bazza's doing well, really well with his channel now. And Lee definitely as well. So, again, go check them out if you haven't already done so. I think Liverpool are slacking, but a scrappy 2-1 to us. Wow. Scrappy 2-1 to us. I think in terms of Liverpool slacking, I mean, yeah, I would expect them to probably put more past Everton, which I was very surprised they didn't. I mean, first off, I thought Everton tried to give it a go. Up to me, they should have had a penalty. Everton, I've got to admit, they should have had a penalty. As well, I think Marnie was lucky to stay on the pitch. I've got to admit, no one crosses the ball for him in terms of getting saves to Chris. Well, that's the thing. At times they don't. So that's the thing. Why he's definitely not scoring a lot of goals as well, because the service just at times just is not there. BB Spot, is it coming home this year? Which is on about the World Cup for this year. See, we just missed out on the Euros, so we've got a mighty chance to try and win the World Cup. But the thing is, Southgate has got to get his squad selection correctly. He's got to look for players who have been playing well for the clubs this season, rather than keep persistent with his favourites, like Harry Maguire, players like them, who have just been rotten this season. Absolutely rotten. So, yeah, we've got a chance of winning it, but again, Southgate has got to get his squad selection correct, because it could come back to haunt us, definitely. Because with him persisting with his favourites all the time, again, it just does not work at times. Even though we got the final in the Euros, but I know we lost. We did lose on a penalty shootout, but there's going to be other good teams in there as well, definitely. So we've got a chance, but as long as we get the squad selection squad. Philip says, who do you fancy for the title? On about the Premier League title. I think Man City are still going to win it. I think they will still win it. Yeah. So I'm still sticking with Man City to win the Premier League title. So they're just so good at the moment, aren't they? And you feel like when Liverpool go top, Man City then go pick up another win, and they're back top as well. I'm still going to stick Man City are going to win the Premier League title. Not convinced with Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but Mr. Howe may get more from him. You never know. He's getting more out the likes of Joe Linton, Bruno. What a breath of fresh air he's been to the side. Emil Kraft's been playing very well. As well, definitely. He's got good. He's getting better out of Shelby. We're centre back. It's all looking really, really solid. As well. So you never know, if we were to get him, Eddie Howe might get more out of him. As well. So you never know. You could just never know. But Howe will pick players that want to play for this club, and which is what he should be doing. Southgate only wants his favourites around him. That is exactly that at times. He has his favourites, like Maguire, Rashford at times as well, I've seen. And again, they're just really not good enough, even though Maguire wasn't bad. He did all right in the tournament. But Rashford, I just don't know what people see in him. I didn't think he had a good tournament as well. So don't keep persistent with favourites. Go with a side that pick players who have been doing well for their clubs and have been on form for them. Not just persist with the favourites where it comes back to massively bite with, because it's done under previous ownership. Well, not ownership, management, sorry. Roy Hodgson, other England managers that have persisted with their own favourites, and it just does not work, and it really, really comes down to haunt. So there you are. Would ASM leaving be a big loss to Newcastle? Not now. I wouldn't, because I think depend how much we sold them for, that money would go back to being reinvested in the side. If we were still under Mike Ashley, yes, because if it was still Mike Ashley, you know where that money would be going, and it certainly would not be to go reinvested to go into the side. It would just go in his pocket. So ASM, not now, wouldn't be a big loss, because we could attract someone just as good or even better. But if it was under Mike Ashley, yes, because the money would just go in his back pocket and would not go back into the club to be reinvested. So there you are. Southgate is no man that will take players. Sorry. Sorry, just happened there. Sorry. Just bear with me a few moments. That's so now, guys. The light in front of us was going off then. I don't know why, but it's back on now. So there you are. Can you see Eddie Howe being our Kevin Keegan? Why not? I mean, look at the way he's transformed this side. He's playing the right formation. He's getting the better out of a lot of players. You give him the money in the summer, and we will get some really more decent players in. Why not? He's got a chance. I rate the guy. He's done well with Bournemouth, even though the last season he did get relegated, but still. You can see how he's just transformed the side. Players want to play for him now. The fans really, really adore him at this football club. He loves the fans as well. He's a down-to-earth guy, Eddie Howe. He doesn't take no crap. He just doesn't at all. And he's really all of the players. If they're not good enough, they'll not play as well. There you are. VB says Dominic Calvert-Lewin is brilliant, but has been injured most of the season. He has. That's the thing. So there you are. Maybe that's why he's probably not scored a lot for Everton this season. Do you think Trippier will be a regular starter next season? Absolutely, he will be. I'd give him the captain's armband for next season. 100% I would give him the captain's armband for next season. We definitely need to change our captain for next season as well. So Trippier, I think he'd definitely be a regular starter. Absolutely. No doubt about that. Well, but not really, but who would replace him? I think he's going by to Calvert-Lewin. It's who would replace Calvert-Lewin? If we were to get, it's probably going to be one of the. It's going to be either Chris Wood or possibly Wilson, or it could be Gale. Depends who we sell. I think Gale's the likely more striker to leave us, definitely. Kieran says, what's your thoughts about Danny Murphy coming out and saying we should sign Pickford? It's an absolute ridiculous thing to say. I heard about that. Oh, we shouldn't. Dubravka's do well enough at times, even though I think we should go for a backup goalkeeper, because Dubravka has known to miss the start of the season, and it's happened this season, and it did happen last season as well. And in terms of getting Pickford, no chance. Danny Murphy, a pundit now who joined TalkSport, just to come out with some utter rubbish now, like a lot of the other guys on there have been like as well. So That was just absolutely naff and stupid what he came out with. No, I'd not Pickford, definitely. Absolutely no chance. In the summer, even though he's not a big name, but I want us to see get James Ward-Prowse, a player I would like as well. Definitely great set piece taker. Could certainly put one in outside the box as well. Did it again against Brighton on Sunday. Quality goals they were. Great player as well. A player who should have went to the Euros. Got to be selected for the World Cup as well. 100%. There you are. So Ward-Prowse is definitely another player I would love. Kevin Williams says Pickford now, but if Burnley don't stay up, I take Nick Pope. I think Nick Pope's a good goalkeeper as well. I really, really think he is. So that's not really a bad choice. But again, we could go for another very good, decent goalkeeper as well. But Nick Pope's definitely not a bad goalkeeper. I don't know, Kev. He's a special player. It's like Hazard for Chelsea, in my opinion. Special and brilliant player, but a team like Newcastle will be able to move on without anybody like him. I think he's relating back to, I think it's ASM he's relating back to there. Liam says, I never rated Southgate. Edited Middlesbrough's run in the Premier League. Well, a lot of people don't rate Gareth Southgate. I mean, if we don't do well in the World Cup, he's got to be relieved of his duties. No doubt about that. He's got to go if we don't have a good World Cup this year. Kevin Williams says, I will keep ASM until Elliot Anderson is Prem ready. Oh, and be good to see. Would love to see Elliot Anderson get more of an opportunity. But I think the loan spell is doing him good. It will give him just that bit of experience. He's doing it well at Bristol Rovers. And there you are. Liam says, thoughts on money, on people say money saved us. If that's the case, why isn't it saving Everton, and why didn't it save Fulham and QPR? It's not all about money. It's about who you possibly bring in and how they gel well into the side. And Fulham have spent lots of money and it just didn't work out for them. The same with QPR as well. It's all about who you bring in to try and improve your side and how you get the best out of them. And it's Everton just looked a really poor side. They really are. It's not worked for Fulham. They were right back down, and it's been the same with QPR as well. There you are. So Pickford, who the is that? Or the T-Rex or something? He says spot on about Southgate. I don't know why it would be hard to keep ASM. Newcastle have the money now. We do. So if he was to go, we would look to get someone good in who could be as good or even better than ASM. What would be your favorite ever season as a Newcastle fan? Wow. Oh, got to say the 96-7 season where we finished second. I mean, the season before that we finished second as well, even though I was quite young as well, but those were quality seasons as well. You could see the 11-12 season when we finished fifth under Pardew, gone into Europe. That was a very good season. So there's quite a few. So there's a few. Oh, but you've got to look at possibly the days under Keegan. But you got to count the Bobby days as well. I mean, fourth place in the 2001-2, then 2002 to 2003, we finished third as well. So I think you've got to conclude the seasons under Bobby as well. Those are up there as well. So it's really, really tough. But you got to see the 11-12 season under Pardew as well. I mean, who would expected to get us that high as well? I mean, remember Barsis and Ben Arfa, those 2-3 as an attacking force. Wow, brilliant. Calvert-Lewin hasn't been good enough this season when he's been playing. I know he's been injured a lot. So, in my lifetime, 11-12, I'm too young to remember the Bobby Robson era. Yeah. I mean, because we all remember that season. I know some of them fans will not remember the old days. Yet, Maguire is a beast for England. He actually is. But why is he not doing it for Manchester United? They spent all that money for him, and it's just been terrible. Ward-Prowse plays for Southampton. He won't get picked. He's got to get picked, man. Walker-Peters did for the last international break. So why not give Ward-Prowse? And Ward-Prowse has been selected for some games for England, but now's the time to give him a chance in a tournament now, which you really, really need to. For the first transfer window, Man and Co did absolutely brilliant. All the players fitted in straight away. Magic, absolutely, yes. There you are. Absolutely. Is there any chance Newcastle could do a Leicester? You never know. It's possible. It again, who depends who we bring in and who's out the door. Philip says your all-time best NUFC starting 11. Wow. This is what I would go with. I'm going to base it on a 4-4-2 formation. So this is what my Newcastle's best 11 would be for me. In goal, I'm going to go with Shea Given. Brilliant goalkeeper he was, Shea Given. So I'm going to go with him. Right back, I'm going to go with Warren Barton. Really, really good quality right back he was. Left back, I'll go with John Beresford. His centre backs, wow. I'm going to go, one of them's definitely going to be Philip Albert. Oh, who could be the next one to go alongside him? You had some other good centre backs there, didn't I? Had Colaccini when he was good in his prime. I thought Dabizas was a solid defender. As well. Wow, this is a tough one. Who would take that at the centre back spot? I'm going to go with Dabizas. I thought he was very solid, and he could certainly pop up with a goal at times as well. He could certainly pop up from a set piece and get on the end of it. I'm going to put him in the centre back along with Philippe Albert. Me midfield 4. So in the centre, I'm going to go with Rob Lee and also Gary Speed. Out on the right-hand side, I'm going to go with Nobby Solano. I thought he was good in terms of set pieces. I really, really thought he was very, very good at them. Left-hand side, I'll go with David Ginola. What a player he was as well for us as well. Gutted when he left. Really, really was. But that was all down to Kenny Dalglish. Decided to strip the side. Yeah. And the two up front, there it's going to be Les Ferdinand and Alan Shearer. There you are. So that is my best Newcastle 11 that I've gone with. Liam says Pope is England's number 1. He's too good for Burnley, in my opinion. He is a very good keeper, Nick Pope. Liam says, if Everton go down, will they be the biggest club to get relegated from the Premier League? Fact is, we've been relegated and we hold a stadium of 52,000. I wouldn't say they'll be the biggest club to get relegated from the Premier League because we've been relegated before. No, I wouldn't say they'll be the biggest club, but really, really struggling, and their time could be possibly about to run out. We'll see. Jeff says he would have given his all-time his best Newcastle goalkeeper. Why not? Liam, did you see those saves the other day? Kept their lives a hope, no doubt about that. Do you think Coleman will move on at Everton and go down? I think he'll go whether if they go down or stay up. I think it's past his time now there. He's been there. He's been a great servant for them, but he's got legs made of glass now, Coleman. So there you are. So I think if they go down or they stay up, I think he'll leave regardless. Name says Darkly stripping the side sounds familiar. Certainly did. Sold Ginola, sold Fernand, brung in Des Hamilton, Stefan Givosh, and other poor players like them. That just didn't work. Go from 2nd to 13th place. No Malcolm MacDonald. He's up there, you could say, but you just remember Shearer and Fernand. Remember, that is a good partnership. I mean, first season, I think it was like between them both, 49 goals between the both of them. And I wouldn't say I was not born under the Malcolm MacDonald days as well. So, but I was during when Shearer and Fernand were playing for us. Leaf says us and Aston Villa, the biggest club to go down from the Premier League, in my opinion. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Beardsley's got to be up there as well. He certainly does. Yes, I agree with that. As well, he was a really good Geordie, Peter Beardsley. As well, so he's definitely up there as well. And says Leeds are a big club too. They are as well. I mean, the game's underway now at Crystal Palace, which is 0-0 in the game. So that game is just game's just been going over half an hour, and that game's still goalless. Forest are as well. Yes, absolutely. So there's other decent big clubs in there that have gone wrong. Java says this is his best start 11. Given Trippier, wow, Trippier in there, but he's been brilliant. Colaccini, Boomsong. Oh, I'm not sure about Boomsong. He was terrible. Oh, sorry, not Boomsong. He was woeful. £8 million from Rangers. What a flop he turned out to be. Speed, yes. Novi, yes. Ginola, yes. Robert in there as well. He's up there as well. He had a cock of a left foot and could score some really cracking free kicks. Shearer and Andy Cole, yes, you could see Andy Cole's definitely up there as well. There you are. Kate, good evening. Hi, Pete. How's things from Kate Jonathan? Very, very well, thanks. Get your questions down in the live chat if you would like to ask some as well. Then, and I will do my best to answer them for you as well. Kevin says, I used to go there in the 90s. Nice one. Nice one. Jonathan Woodgate. Good. He was a solid defender. Just the injuries really picked up a few injuries with us, didn't he? Under 23s again beat 4-0 off Southampton at St James's Park. Would you have Conor Gallagher in the England squad for the World Cup? Yes. He's done very well with Crystal Palace this season. A lot of clubs will be after him in the summer. Why not? I think he's a very good footballer, Conor Gallagher. Yes, I would. Philip says Aaron Hughes. He wasn't a bad right back, I would say. Well, Aaron Hughes wasn't a bad player at the club. So, yeah. Worst Newcastle starting 11 in your lifetime? Wow. We've had some really flops at this football club. Goalkeeper wise, right, a goalkeeper, I'd have to go with possibly Matt Sells. Didn't rate the lad at all. Didn't rate the lad at all. Right back, wow, this is tough as well. Didn't rate Stephen Carr, so he could possibly go in there. God, we've had some really, really awful players at this club. I probably could put Stephen Carr in there. In the left back, wow. Who would I say has been poor for us playing for left back? Babayaro was terrible as well. So I could slot him in there as well. In the centre backs, I think one of them's got to be Jean-Alain Boumsong. He was awful. Sol Campbell as well. Look how unfit he was at times and way past his best. I think you can include him in there as well. Wow. In the midfield, we've had some really poor players in there as well. Amdi Faye, I think, was another one as well. Terrible. Who else could you say as well in the centre midfield who we've just been so rotten in that position? Wow. It's hard to think of another midfielder because it's just we've had so much crap at this club, haven't we? Hey, wow. I said Amdi Faye was another one. Oh, you're gonna have to help us out here a little bit because, yep. But Amdi Faye is definitely one of them. I'll go on to the wingers, as well, because I think there's been some poor players. Well, Liam's just mentioned there, which I've not come on to yet. Colback, yes, Jack Colback, as well. Out on the wings, who could you say out on the wings? Obertan wasn't highlighted. Did Ray Obertan really at Newcastle? Who could you say possibly on the left? That's it didn't work out with Tovan, did it as well? Cabela was another one that didn't work out. As well. Just trying to think any more players would be out on the wings. Again, I'll come back. Up front, there's been some really sacks of shite up there as well. There's a lot of people are saying Hosselu, one of them, and now I'm going to pick out Riviere. God, he was garbage. Like Riviere is definitely one of them for me. Hosselu, you could see up there. Michael Owen has come in the live comments as well. Just wanted to play for the money, pretty much. Salute. Cisco is another one. Ranger, again, just threw his career down the drain. Stefan Givosh. We've had a lot of sacks of shite at this football club, as well. So I'm just gonna rattle through some of these comments. So Titus Bramble, remember him? Yes, I certainly do. Wasn't good at all, was he? Maybe had one good season, but shocking the other times he's played. Bowen for England. I wanted us to sign when he was at all. I would love to have had Gerald Bowen at the club as well. Well, Kevin thinks he doesn't think Gallagher's ready yet. Fair enough. Would you take on a Conor Gallagher in the summer? Yes, I would. Well, I certainly would. Kieran Dyer, great talk about the day, Shim, about the injuries. Dyer, I think we're going in the good starting 11 as well. I did read Kieran Dyer, but just the injuries was really catching them a lot towards this end of his career at Newcastle. James says, I forgot about Sol Campbell. God, he was terrible. Mason said Lazar would be at left back. Again, I didn't think he played a lot, Lazar, but the games he played, he wasn't good at all, was he? Jack Colback was awful, yeah. Nicky Butt, I thought Nicky Butt wasn't too bad at times. Jack Colback, yes. Hosselu up front. Riviere, there you are. Owen is up there, yep. Philip, this is his. We're starting a level. Cells, Car, Boom Song, Marcelino. I forgot about him as well. Cabela, Sylvia Marriage. Yes, that was another one who wasn't a good player. De Jong. I mean, I think it was down to injuries for De Jong, though. That was the thing. Luque, yes, another one that didn't work out. That's another one, good one. Riviere, absolutely. Luke De Jong as well, when we had him on loan, that didn't work out as well. Yeah. There's definitely a lot. We've had some really poor players. Okay, to Cisco, absolutely. Would you add Kennedy? Well, he had, when we first got him in on loan, he had a very good time there, but the second season it just didn't work out, did it? Cisco was awful as well. He certainly was. Opinions on Santon. I thought Santon wasn't too bad at times. Did you see Colesback's goal the other day? A rare old CC? Yes, I did. I guess it was against none other than Steve Bruce's West Bromwich Albion. Georgiadis. I'll have to look that one up. I'm not sure about that one. I can't find that one. Remember, Peter, I actually don't think I can. Titus Bramble, one brilliant season, 04-05 second half. Yes, I agree with that. And second half of 05 on the season under Roda. But other than that, pretty awful. Yeah, it was. Yeah, so again, keep those questions coming in, guys. We're doing very well. As well, if you are enjoying the show, do not please do hit the thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button if you are new as well and you are enjoying the content as well. And if you would like to donate, please do hit the super chat, the $sign, and you can donate to the channel through super chat. And if you want to become a member of the channel as well, you can consider doing that as well. Just come at that one. I remember. I actually don't think I can remember. I've tried looking for Titus Bramble. Oh, I've just read that one. Obertag Garbage. Yes, he was. He used to play for NUSA. I can't think of that one. Most embarrassing defeat in your lifetime for me, Stevenage in the FA Cup. I'm not counting Leighton Orient as that was pre-season. Oh, what's been my most embarrassing defeat? Wow. Because I've seen a few. I have seen a few. I think I'm going to pick this one out. And it wasn't under Mike Ashley days. No, it wasn't. FA Cup replay, 2007, against Birmingham City at St James's Park. We lost 5-1 in that game. Birmingham were in the Championship at that time. And guess who was manager of them at the time as well? Oh, yes, Steve Bruce. That was terrible. That was shocking, that game. Who's been the worst manager? I think you know who it's going to be. I've just said him before. Steve Bruce for me. Can it stand the bloke? I know he hasn't got relegated, but his style of football was horrible to watch. I did like his post-match interviews, his post-match comments after the game as well. His disrespectness towards the club, which really angered me a heck of a lot more. You could tell last season where I was at my most angriest. It's Steve Bruce all day for me. It's definitely Steve Bruce all for me. He's a Greek international, according to I'll have to try and look for that one again. I can't find it. Mine will be Cells. Mine will be Cells. Jesus Gomez as well. I wouldn't see played a lot. Right. Cells, best Clark. Kieran Clark, I wouldn't see he was terrible. I just think he's coming to the end of his prime now, Kieran Clark. Hanley at centre back. I mean, I thought he wasn't too bad in the Championship. Lazar at left back. Cabela. Saivet, yes. Tovan, yes, it just didn't work out. Atsu, I think he was good for the Championship. He just wasn't good for the Premier League. Dumbia, he just never played. So, Riviere, yes, terrible. There you are. Philip says Andy O'Brien. I thought Andy O'Brien was a decent centre-back. Scored against the Mackhams before. And says not McLaren. McLaren is up there, I can tell you that. But I just hate Steve Bruce, and that's why I've said he's the worst manager. Hey, Geordie in the house. I all hope you're well. Get your questions in, Geordie. What about favourite win? Or for me, it's either the 5-1 against Sunderland or the 6-0 against Aston Villa. I think you've got to put the 5-0 against Man United in 1996. That's got to go in there. Definitely. Oh, of course, Sunderland have beaten them 5-1. Wow, yes. Villa 6-0. Still quite a few 3-0 at Man United at home in 2012. As well, there's quite a lot. It's hard to pull. The bloke who got Bournemouth relegated is doing an excellent job at the moment. He certainly is. FA Cup replay against Birmingham, my worst ever UFC game, along with Stevenage. Wow. Liam says, I'm surprised he didn't pick Derby a win that was 7-0 season as your embarrassing moment. That's a very surprising. The probably reason I did pick that game, I could have, but I was at the game when we lost 5-1 to Birmingham in the FA Cup replay. Getting beat 5-1 off a championship side, Birmingham City, when they win the championship at the time. Not to mention it was against Steve Bruce's side as well. And they come up to St James's Park and managed to put 5 past her. That was shocking, that. Johnny says Clark was decent, but he's had his day now, absolutely. At the start, McLaren started his career well, to be fair to him. He did, yeah. Who would be your lost loan player at Newcastle? Do you mean worst loan player? I'll come back to that one. McLaren, Kinnear, Carver, other NUFC bad managers. Yeah, they were terrible as well. Joe Kinnear, he was shocking as well. 90 win record he had, but then he had to come out of management because of a heart issue, so he didn't last the full season at Newcastle. So, but McLaren pretty much got us relegated. Carver won a game of 8 defeats in a row. That was terrible. Liam says, if you was alive when we lost against Hereford, what would you have been thinking to yourself? Oh, God, I would have been embarrassed for that as well. Arsenal 1, Newcastle 3. That was good as well. Down at Highbury. Of course, beat Leeds 4-3 at Ellen Road when we were 3-1 down. I remember that as well. I meant bad. Worst lone player. Wow. I think we've had quite a few. A lot of poor loan signings we really, really have indeed. Oh, wow. Dumbia, well, he's not barely played. Did we buy Gonzalez on loan, wasn't it? And he never made an appearance? We've had a lot. And we've definitely had a lot. There's been an awful lot. We've had loan signings which just have not worked at all either. Lima was born in Hereford, and that's still a date to remember. Ruud Hullet was crap too. He was a bit of a big head as well. Kind of fucked up Shearer's career, didn't he? Was you there in that famous game against Liverpool? If you know what I'm talking about. Which one was that, Liam? Was it the 2-0 win at home in 2012? Or could it be the 4-3 defeat? It could be one either than one. Jody says Ruud Hullet and his 60 football was terrible. It was. Is that Samani? Yes. Why didn't I think of him as well? Wasn't good as well. Yes. Ferreira and Dumbia signed on loan but never featured. They did. Ferreira definitely didn't as well. I think it was 4-3 at Anfield. Yeah, that was a classic game to watch, wasn't it? Even though we lost 4-3. But that game was just like, oh my word. Panny and UFC have pulled 2 goals back against Southampton at St James's Park. But probably going to be too late. Yeah, going back to that one, that was a really good game to watch, definitely, as well. So there you are. And we'll just wait for some more to come in. I mean, the questions are really coming in well tonight. Again, just keep them coming. Newcastle 4, Man United 3. Yes, I remember that as well. Davies bullet header. Roy Keane getting sent off. I certainly remember that as well. You could see Man United in 2000, I believe it was, when we won 3-0. Keane got sent off in that game as well. Duncan Ferguson scored a cracking goal as well. Geordie says the 4-3 on 2 occasions. Yes, I remember that. Solomon, Rondon, and Perez were okay on the day. Yeah, they were. I liked Rondon when he was in Newcastle. Perez had a couple of on and off seasons, particularly at the start, but then he would pick up in like the second half of the season. Surprised you're not at the under-23s match tonight. I know, I forgot. I didn't know. I actually didn't know it was on, actually. It's been a while since I've been to an under-23 game, but I'll try and get myself back to maybe one time there at some point if I can as well. Barreca from Monaco. Yeah, well, only made one substitute appearance. Bit of a waste it was, definitely. So there. And guys, just keep those questions in as well. Please definitely do subscribe if you are new. Please hit the thumbs up if you want to join as well tonight. The questions have been coming in very well. Really, really thank you very much. As well, we've just been going nearly not an hour. So again, keep them coming in, definitely. So there you are. But Barreca from Monaco just did feature, did he? Philip says Craig Bellamy, great talent, but just tend to rant and argue with the refs, which I didn't like. He did. He was a good player, but had a bit of a big mouth as well, and decided to fake an injury as well. Yeah, you are. And that was him gone. I was at that game where it happened down at Arsenal when we lost 1-0. Was you there when we beat Sheffield Wednesday 8-0? No, actually I wasn't, but I would love to have been there. Shearer getting 5 goals as well in that game. Wow. Kate says, are you going on Sunday, Peter? Yes, the Newcastle women game on Sunday, the 1st of May against Alnwick Town. It is going to be now. I am going to get myself along there, definitely. Yes. One player you remember us being linked to but never signed that you really, really wanted at the club? Oh, wow. That's a good question. Because there's probably been so many that we've missed out on that we've been linked with and we could have got them. Wow, that's a very good question, that, Geordie. Ooh. Oh, it's quite hard to think, isn't it? Wow. Again, I'll come back to it. But yet again, some of you will be able to drop some in the live chat as well. Okay, I'm away and I'll catch you soon. Bye. Take care, Kev. Thank you very much for tuning in. Newcastle v Alnwick Town women's 2 p.m. game Sunday afternoon. Yep, it is. Marcelino, broken fingernail. God, he was a poor player. I love the streams, Pete. It's always good crack. Everyone in and Joe and Emil on. The streams always got mix of football with you, i.e. funny player names and stuff. Yeah, absolutely it is, isn't it? Worst stadium you've been to watch Newcastle? For me, it's Selhurst Park. That's up there, definitely. Goodison Park was definitely a bit of a dump as well. So it's probably between that and probably Crystal Palace as well, definitely for me. Shall we been linked with Virgil van Dijk at one point before he went to Liverpool? I can't remember that off the top of my head, I must admit, to be honest. Philip says, best Premier League manager of all time. Wow. Fergie, you've got to say, is in there, definitely. Bobby, Kevin Keegan. There's a few to name off, definitely, who's been really, really good. Guardiola's getting there as well. Definitely Arsene Wenger back in his time as well. Wow, it's really hard to pick. Philip says Sholami Obi is one of the worst. Didn't have a lot of good games, but would score a goal now and then. Got a carry few in Europe. I would certainly love scoring against the Mackhams, didn't he? Yeah, Philip says Cole Court. I remember him as well. He wasn't good at all, Cole Court. Daniel Cordonia, say you remember him. Not good as well. I hate Alex Ferguson, but no one can deny the job he did for Man United. Absolutely, yep. Don't forget Joe Kinnear. God, he was terrible manager. No, I've mentioned him before about going on as terms of worst managers. Yep, the under-23s have lost 4-2 the night at St James's Park. So, there you are. Lawala. I liked Lawala. Lamano Lawala, if you're on about. I liked him. He was definitely acrobatic when he used to score. He would do all the somersaults and that. I liked Lawala. Just Bobby. I just did think he got on with Bobby a lot, and Bobby decided to let him go. Again, the questions again really coming in well. Liam says a player I was a bigger fan of was Obafemi Martins. I liked Obafemi Martins as well. Again, really, I liked Obafemi Martins. He was a really good, talented player. Very acrobatic as well, he was. Thoughts on Pickford rumor that Danny Murphy spoke to Buddha did what a load of garbage that was. Not going to get it for Pickford, surely not. Johnny says, Papi Cisse. I mean, when we first got him in, he was banging in goals, but then it just started to go down a little bit. But yet again, Pardew, I remember playing him as a winger one time, which was a big mistake. And it kind of just ruined his confidence, didn't it? It really, really did. Was the thing. Plus, Demba Ba left, and you know how those two used to do very well as a partnership. That was the thing. Good and bad times for Papi Cisse, I would say definitely. Jose Mourinho past his best since 15-16. He's not what he was now, as I would say. Obi scored some goals when he went to the MLS. He certainly did, didn't he? Pickford and the fans hate each other. Why would we sign him? Absolutely. Antoine Sibieski, that's a tough one. We only had him for one season. He scored a carry few goals, Sibieski, didn't he? Lauren Robert, I loved Robert. Cracking just same shooters, didn't rate him at all. Hi, PD. Level 7 Dave's in the house. Congratulations on reaching 1500. Thank you very much. Get your questions in the live chat if you would like me to answer them. Nip says other clubs have announced season tickets, but for some reason we haven't. It'll be soon. It's normally about June time for us. Philip says Colaccini superb during the 11-12 season, but fell apart big time afterwards. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Totally agree. And he says, looking forward to playing Sunday next season. Oops, I forgot. Well, yeah. Oh, well, now they'll do in the playoffs. Their fans are not feeling confident at all. Imagine the non-season ticket holder who will try and get a season ticket. Absolutely. Yeah, particularly the people that prefer the non-league football. Absolutely, yes. And just wait for smoke coming in. And keep the questions coming in, guys. Again, it doesn't all have to be football related. There you are. We'll continue for just under another hour, so we'll be going for a couple of hours. Season tickets will be very high in demand this summer. Newcastle United return of the waiting list for many, I guess. Yep, absolutely. I think a lot of people will want to be piloted to get them now. I'll certainly be renewing mine next season, no doubt about that. Absolutely. Shea given the most important NFC player behind Shearer. How often did his saves stop us getting beat all the time? He pulled off some worldy saves, Shea given. Oh, he certainly did. Oh, he's definitely the best goalkeeper we had at Newcastle, definitely. Olivier Bernard. I like Bernard. I rated Bernard at Newcastle. I really did. Hi, PD. Come. Hugo Viana. Once he did brilliant Viana a lot of the time. Penny, there isn't a witness, oh, really. Darren Ambrose, he wasn't too bad. You'd be a fool not to renew. Exactly. We've got the takeover. Eddie Howe's doing well with the side. We'll be in the transfer market for new players. There you are. Congrats on the 1500 again from Nelson. Thank you very much. Well, I pity you at the rest of this week. I think WWE's on in it. No, I'm not this time. John Dahl Thomason, another one left and did amazing. Yep, I agree with that as well. What did you think of Key? I like Key. He was a grafter, I thought. Jimmy didn't get any goals for it, but I thought he was a grafter. Opinions on the loyalty point system that's getting really, really high now, isn't it? That given they're starting off at 100 odd points, and it's when you just wait for the points to go down, then they're all gone. That's the thing. But I've managed to get to 2 away games this season, which I've done well. Hopefully next season we'll try to get a lot to some more as well. Definitely that'd be good. This time. Philip says Lee Boy, a great performer when he was, but another that ranted at refs and making dangerous tackles. Yeah, I agree with that. He was a hard worker, Lee Boy, but yeah, he would also see some silly moments from him. The Nubbenich in the fight with him and Dyer that he had. Also, Muto, well, just didn't play a lot, but yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Haman, that's a tough one, that one. Haman. Genus, yeah. Good bad times, Jermaine Gina said, I would say. Her loyalty point system is a load of shite. Should be first come first served. Well, I think they need to lower them down this season or try and get away so it gives other people a chance to go as well. Mbemba was decent. I like Mbemba. I really, really did like Mbemba. Nicky Butt stood by us when the others left the sunk ship. Yeah, that's totally true. Yeah. I definitely want to go to the away days in London, which I'm disappointed about not doing this season. Yeah, I can understand that because it is your area as well, and you're closer to definitely a lot of the Premier League stadiums down there. Clive, another flop. I just didn't work out a lot of the time. Scored some goals, to be fair, but yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that one. With Patrick Clive, yes. This wasn't always fantastic, was it? James Miller, great player, was putting a shift. Yes, I agree with that one. Absolutely, yes. So Obafemi Martins, late Obafemi Martins. Cliver goals at Chelsea puts him in an okay bracket. Yeah. Ryan Sweetie, thank you very much for your £10 super chat, mate. Really, really appreciate it. Good evening, Peter. Even Ryan, hope you are well. Will Wood be at the club next season? I think he will be. Possibly just for one more season, then I think we'll probably let him sell him after that. After the next season, I would say. There you are. will be at the just read that. Ryan changed that damn thumbnail. He's got a Steve Bruce on. Who do you think will get promoted from the Championship? Fulham, obviously, they're up. I think Bournemouth and Forest are the clubs I think will come out. I think Bournemouth will be back up as well. Definitely the third one. Wow. I wouldn't mind seeing Forest. I really definitely would be. I mean, who else is still in the playoff positions there as well in the Championship as well? So let's have a look at them as well. Huddersfield have got a chance. Luton possibly as well. Sheffield United as well. Blackburn still within a bit of a chance as well. I mean, Forest, they've got 2 games out, but they're still in the playoff position. It's, wow, really tough to call, isn't it? I think it could be between Forest or Huddersfield Town to get the 3rd spot for promotion. Pat with Cisse, there's good times and bad times with Cisse. I love Jet Rowe. I think Jet Rowe was a decent player. Just shame that injury that he got against Chelsea when we were 1-0 stopped as well. Will Lascelles be capped next season? I hope not. It should be giving it to Kieran Trippier next season. 100%. Will Derby points record ever get broken if Fulham Luke gets promoted? Maybe. That's a tough one. Maybe not. I think Derby will still hold that record. Bentaleb was awful. Yes, I didn't rate Bentaleb at all. If Everton go down, will they be the biggest club to ever be relegated from the Premier League? No, I don't think. Well, we actually didn't answer that one. No, I won't see. He said he wouldn't mind seeing the Borough back up. I mean, I think they're still out with it. It's not sitting in a playoff position at the moment. Is Mitro worth the punt or is he honestly just a one-trick pony like Gill? I would have Mitrovic back. I think we've sailed on from that ship now. It's not worked out that much, and you can see it just doesn't work that great with Fulham when they're in the Premier League. It's just not enough for them to stay up, and that is why I just don't think I would take Mitro back. Philip says Zogbia fantastic early days, but for us, but fell apart in the NUFC final days. Yeah, I agree with that. And Zogbia, I thought he was a very decent player at times. Millwall still has a chance. Yes, they do. Demba Ba was good for us. God, he was quality ball for us when Chelsea paid the money for him and we sold him. How did Burnley hit good form in the last weeks of the season and survive relegation? Wow. You wonder because you're thinking Sean Dyche is gone. He's worked wonders with that club and now he's out the door and you're thinking that could really come back to bite Burnley. But it hasn't, has it? Trippier captain for me all day long. Absolutely, yes. Best goal I see, Papasisi against Chelsea. My number 1 goal in history. Oh, yes. I think that's got to still go down for goal of the season in Premier League history so far. The way just put his boot through that was absolutely fantastic. How did we lose against that Derby team? Sam Allardyce, there you are. Middlesbrough can still get playoffs, but won't happen. In how many seasons will Pardew's 12, 11, 12, 5th place be surpassed by Howe? That's a good question, that one. You never know. David Janola's goal in the UEFA Cup. It's the greatest goal of all time. Yes, that was a good one against Ferencvaros. Brilliant that was. The way he just took him with 1 foot over the bloke's head and he just rifled that with his left foot. That was fantastic as well. Jeremy wasn't. I didn't think he was that good. Jeremy, I've got to admit, nah. Remember Insomnia under Bruce? Oh no, that was under Kinnear. Insomnia. Like Remy had a good season when we had him on loan, but just didn't want to stay, did he? Luca, big up. Hope you're well. See Ginger that goal the other week for Forest, similar to CC against Chelsea. Yes, against Steve Bruce of all people. Late Rather says, I'd rather win Liverpool and they lose because of us than Everton going down as much as I hate Pickford. It's a fair point. Tiote goal against Arsenal is my for Newcastle goal. Oh, yes. Because we were 4-0 down in that game. And he makes it 4-4 in the game. God rest his soul still. We'll check Tiote. Bro, your thoughts on Elliott, Joe White, Dylan types of players? What should be club strategy on bringing these players through? Again, I think the loan signings, I think maybe just giving them a bit of a loan spell somewhere just to give them that experience and see how they do after that, because they've got an all potential of fulfilling their careers. So you just never know. Liam says, better goal, Shearer v Everton or Cisse against Chelsea. Wow. Wow. Oh. I think that's tough because Shearer's goal was brilliant. But against Cisse's goal was quality as well. Oh, wow. That's so hard. I think it's probably still going to have to be Cisse against Chelsea, you could say. It's just the way where he shot from Cisse. Absolute travesty that Ranieri got sacked by Leicester season after that unbelievable title win it was, wasn't it? Claudio Kai? I'm not sure what that one is. Will we have 3 Brazilian midfielders in the squad next season? Paqueta may sign to join Bruno. What do you think? I think we can get Paqueta. I really, really think we can. I think Bruno's persuading the owners to try and get him. Why not? Why not? Send the Scouse Mackems down. Ryan Taylor, great free kicks, but injuries dented his career big time. I liked Ryan Taylor. He was very good on free kicks, wasn't he? He could certainly score them, couldn't he? Yeah, you are. White Trout says, I've got a funny feeling we're going to hold Liverpool to a draw. I think a draw wouldn't be a bad result, would it? Philip says, Leon Best. I think Best was brilliant, but I remember his hat-trick against West Ham. But as soon as we got Cisse through the door, that limited his chances. Really did. Ben Arthur versus Bolton was brilliant too. Yes, I was there as well. The way he receives the ball from halfway, and he just ran all the way into the box and just put that past the goalkeeper. Wow, yes, that goes in there as well. Thoughts on Anderson? In my opinion, I think the lad needs a loan move to the Championship next season, but not under a media core manager like Steve Bruce. That's not a bad shout. Definitely not a bad shout as well. So I think why not? Because I think he could have potential, Elliot Anderson, to do well in the Championship, hopefully. But under a good manager, he'd have to go under. Albert's chip against Man United in the 5-0. Yes, that's got to go in. Just some of the greatest goals have scored as well. Newcastle, Jordy thinks it's going to be Newcastle 2, Liverpool 2 at the weekend. Wow. Joey Barton, great player when he's on it, but another one who ranted at refs and picking fights with players. Now he's doing a great job for Bristol Rovers, absolutely. Philip says, Peter Lovenkranz, I like Lovenkranz, I really did. Musical Magpie says, Carroll versus Liverpool 3-1 win. Yes, that was Pardew's first game after Chris Hughton got sacked, and he scored a cracking goal outside the box. Oh, Cabaye was my best player. Yes, Cabaye was quality as well. Ben Arthur v Blackburn has to be one of my all-time favourites. That was a good goal as well, yes. Chef Kikuchi, only 2 late sub-appearances. Can't really judge him. That was a waste, that one. I mean, we sell Andy Carroll, who we'll bring in to replace him, Chef Kikuchi. Oh, God almighty. Alan Smith, didn't work well. That didn't rate Alan Smith for us, unfortunately. Pat Cisse was the best striker seen in that 3 month or something where he scored 14 goals in 12 games or something like this. He was completely unplayable, absolutely. Jody says, Cabaye was class. We've been missing a midfield of that quality until we signed Bruno, absolutely. And just to get Bruno into the club has just been that massive breath of fresh air. What are your thoughts on Steve Bruce's performance at West Brom? It's terrible. He's took them from playoffs down to mid-table. And it doesn't look like they're going to get a playoff place now this season. I'd be interested to see how he does, because if he has a poor start, West Brom fans will be calling him for it to go. Shola Amiobi versus the Scum. Depends which goal you're going on about, because there's either the one where we lost 2-1 at the Stadium of Light, plus you scored 2 in the 5-1 win as well. The 1-1 draw. There's a canny few. Nicky Butt. I like Nicky Butt. Damien Duff. I didn't think Duff was that good for Newcastle. I really didn't think he wasn't. David Rosenall started well, but slipped down massively. Yep, I totally agree with that one. Mark Viduka. Yeah, I didn't rate Mark Viduka. Duff was a rat that was part of the relegation part 1. Yep, absolutely was. Kevin Nolan hat-trick versus Sunderland was really good. Oh, yes, I remember that. Bruno's passing is outstanding. West Brom are doing exactly what he had doing us. They are dreadful. I've seen them a few times now. Absolutely. He's not a good manager, Steve Bruce. He's just not that anymore. I can't believe, remember he come out and said, well, after he got the sack from us, this will be maybe my last job. Fine, you've got your 8 million. Go and enjoy quite a lot of time off. No, West Brom, the job at West Brom comes calling and he gets it. He's a terrible manager. 5-1. Scott Parker. I like Scott Parker, grafter, hard worker as well. Ryan Taylor goal from outside the box versus Everton. Yes, I remember that as well. That was a good one. Emery. Wow. Emery, I think the couple of seasons we had him, he did well, but then he started to fade away a bit after that, I think. Parker, I like Scott Parker. David Edgar, remember a goal against Man United? Yes, I remember that as well. Musical Magpies thinks, will Steve Bruce get a Premier League job again? No. I think who would be stupid enough to appoint him now? I don't know who would. He's a terrible manager. We wanted rid of him for a reason. I just don't see him getting another Premier League job unless someone's stupid enough to go and appoint him. If we hate Steve Bruce, imagine what his wife thinks of him, the poor woman. Oh, God. Philip, Danny Simpson. I like Danny Simpson. I thought he was a good crosser of the ball, I've got to admit. Jan says he would like to see Gabriel Jesus, Paqueta, Mitrovic, Ekatiki, Koulibaly will do me for top place. I'm not sure about Mitro. Ekatiki, we'll see, he's a young lad. Koulibaly's knocking on a bit now, but still really good. Some really interesting ones there, but Mitro would be a no for me. I like to still see the love letters Bruce Record, the Newcastle supporter fans sent him. Apparently, according to Bruce, there was a massive pile of them. Deluded twat, lol. Yeah, probably. Santon. I didn't mind David Santon. Paul Huntington. Came through the academy as well. Not bad player he was at times. It says Robbie Elliott. Oh, back in his prime in the 96-7 season, he was really good then. Bruce's family probably didn't even like him. Oh, God. Paul, apart from his son, Alex Bruce, who thinks the world of him. Well, because it's his dad, which fair enough. Cheers for a good show again, Pierre. You are doing a great job from Kate and Jonathan. Thank you very much, thank you very much. Des Hamilton, another big flop. Yep, he certainly was. Jolie says they reckon the Ekatiki is the new Henri. I've not seen much of him, I've got to admit. Meatro failed twice already in the Premier League. Why buy against someone with, same with Gale, outstanding in the Championship, but that's it. Yeah, I agree with that, with Ryan just said. Paul Robinson. Not too sure. Paul Robinson never played for Newcastle, didn't he? What are your thoughts on Niall Ranger, talented player who didn't fulfill his talent? That he let he just threw his career down the drain and just got in all sorts of into spots of bother, and a lot of the clubs he's been at, he's just been fired from them. There you are. Stevie Taylor was it was a funny one at times. I thought at good times he was a very good defender, but there will be a lot of mistakes in him that he would do as well. Why do we sign Perez? I said he won't be taking Iossi Perez back. No chance. Stephen Taylor showed great leadership during 2006 to 2010, but went downhill afterwards, like Lascelles in many ways. Yep. Again, yep. Max Aarons might do a job for next season, Peter. Your thoughts, maybe, but we could possibly aim for better now. We could possibly aim for better now. So there you are. Yeah, we're just gonna got just over another just over half an hour left of the show, guys. To do again, do keep the questions coming in. They'd be really, really good to answer. If you are enjoying, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe if you are new to the channel. As well, if you would like to donate as well, super chat are available as well. Hit the dollar sign and you can donate to the channel. And if you would like to become a member of the channel as well, you can click the join button next to the subscribe button and become a member of the channel as well. So, Adam Carmel, youngest player to play for Newcastle in a European competition. What happened to his career? I was going, we didn't give him a chance. He's doing well with Gateshead. He is doing very well with Gateshead. We're hopefully on the verge of winning the National League North. Rudol had started Paul Robinson and assisted Dyer over Sheeran Duggan. Gets in the 1999 Tyne-Wear derby that we lost 2-1. Ah, right. I think it's come back to me a bit now, that. Right. Remember when Stephen Taylor got shot in the box doing a handball? Yes, I did. That was stupid. Colwell brothers, I didn't rate them at all. How good was Rolando Owens? He had talent, but again, he had a lot of injuries as well. That was the thing. Would you take James Tavernier from Rangers? Wow. Would I take him back? I'm not so sure. Knocking on a bit, but he's doing very well with Rangers. But again, we could look for someone better now. Plus, Kieran Trippier is going to be a guaranteed. Will be definitely be a start a lot now in the side. There you are. I remember Robinson. Claudio Casaba, absolute major flop, got taken off in the 16th minute when we were 3-0 down in the first 12 minutes. Who was that against again? What other centre forward would you like NUFC to get in the summer? Pete, name one. I'm torn between either Darwin Núñez or who's the one? Victor Osimhen from Napoli is another one I would like as well. Pavel Srnicek was my best keeper. Quality he was. Pavel Srnicek, God rest his soul as well. Definitely. Should Andy Carroll be involved in the club after retirement? Maybe in some way, but not in terms of being a player ever again at the club. Those Dutch de Jongs, it just hasn't worked out for them as well. Habby Bye. I didn't mind Habby Bye at times. Was Jetro Williams better than Matt Target? Whoa, that's a tough one. I think Matt Target's done very well, but I like Jetro. That's a tough one. Billy, good evening. Hope you're well. Congrats, Pete Pompey was Casapa's early sub. Ah, yes. Now I remember. There you are. Now it's come back to me, that one. God, yeah, he was terrible. Which current defenders you would like to see sold in the summer? In all positions, I think Lascelles needs to go. Clark, yes. Fernandez, he's not getting played anymore as well. Dummett, I think his legs are made of glass. I don't think he's got potential to have pace to being a left back now. I know I would still like to see us sell Emil Kraft, even though he's done very well. But again, these players are just trying to play for their futures now, and we are going to be getting better players in the summer now. Definitely, I think the only defenders I'll be keeping so far that we've got is Fabian Schär, Dan Burn, Trippier, and I will get Toggin on a permanent deal as well. The rest, possibly, I would happily move on. Pretty much Jamal Lewis. Well, I'm not. I thought he should have been involved a lot more. I was a bit gutted he got kind of not involved in the remaining 25-man squad I've got with it as well. remember Carroll. Reckon Carroll would be linked to the club in the summer. Always seems to be linked with the club transfer windows. I don't think we should be going back and finding Carroll as a player now. No chance. Hamza Chowdhury, I don't think we should be going for him anymore. Clarence Acuna, yes, I remember him. That was a he scored a couple of goals, didn't he? Should we have held on to Florian Thauvin? Wow, that's a tough one. It just didn't work out for him, did it? So was he right to be left? David says Gouffran. I think he was good for the championship. The first season we had him, he was fine as well, but he just after that wasn't good enough for the Premier League, in my opinion. Just wasn't. Harry says Paqueta, Dean Henderson, and Matt Togg will be my first signings in the summer. They're good shouts there, definitely. Brian Kerr, I think he played when we beat, was it Liverpool 1-0 when Robert scored that free kick? Yeah, I really didn't see an awful lot of them after that. Which academy players will have a chance in the first team next season? Wow, that's a good question. I don't think there'll be many because I think they'll go out on loan again. Maybe Kellen Watts, I'm not too sure, possibly. David Kelly scored a goal on the telly, yes. I remember David Kelly, yes. As well. White Trousers, I know we've a lot of crap, but I could see a lot of players staying on because of our limited player resources. Can we buy a new squad without breaking fair play restrictions? Possibly, yes. Possibly if we sell a lot of players as well. Yet again, we didn't really spend a lot under Mike Ashley, did we? So there you are. Gouffran was on fire in the championship. Yes, he was. NUFC 6, Aston Villa 0. That was a class game. John Carleza. If we could surround him with players who can provide him with service, would you have Meat Roll back accountability? Nah, I wouldn't have Meat Roll back. I mean, it's just if it's not working for Fulham to try and keep them in the Premier League, then I just don't know where it's going to work for him in the Premier League, and it's certainly not going to be with Newcastle, unfortunately. I remember Gouffran for that volley against Derby in the Championship. Yes, I remember that. NUFC 6 Villa 0 back in 2010 was superb, yeah. Christian Pesetas, I remember him. I didn't think I've seen a lot from him. Would you sign? Oh, yeah, nice try there. Haha, I wasn't falling for that one. Ah, hey, wow. Nice try, son. I hope that one isn't a funny one there, Billy, because I'm trying not to fall for these now. Oh, no, that has come back to me. Yes, he did play for Newcastle. For Maca, yes. He wasn't that good. That's come back to me now. Yep. Yeah, he was terrible. That one just came back to me now. What are your thoughts on Remy Cabella? Just didn't work out for him, did it? Sylvain Distin, when he played during the loan season of 102. Yes, I remember Sylvain Distin. He wasn't too bad. We've a transfer win after the World Cup. A good tournament for a player could like us. A surprise to James's. You never know it could will be. So there you are. Again, keep the questions coming in, guys. Again, we've still got about just around about nearly 25 minutes of this left. So keep on coming them in. Again, if you are enjoying, don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe if you are new to the channel as well. And if you would like to donate as well, Super Chat is available. You can hit the $ and donate to the channel. And of course, if you want to become a member of the channel as well, do click the join button as well. Just for the ones I'm just waiting for some more. Waiting for some more coming in. Latest between Crystal Palace and Leeds is still 0-0 at the moment, so that game's still goalless. David says, Didier Domi, I remember him. The food segments have been a highlight over recent weeks. It's funny. I do those on the Football Live show. Evening, Ollie. Any of you remember Colin 06? Oh, that's not a funny one. I'm not trying to fall for there. Again. Yeah, I think this might be a funny one. Messi or Ronaldo? It's definitely Messi for me. Another memorable game, the Champions League 3-2 win against Feyenoord. Peacock, yes. Why did I think of him at centre back as well? Peacock, yes, absolutely. Who's that one player you would love to have Newcastle signed? Wow, there's possibly a few that we've really missed out on, definitely. Wow. Alan Goma. I think it worked out for him, did it? Steve Howe wasn't a bad centre-back. Modric is the one that got away. Yeah, definitely. Again, going back to the one who I'd love to have signed. Wow. That's a tough one, isn't it? Because there's been so many we'd love to have signed. Ronaldo all the day, Pierre Corder Ryan. That's fair enough. Mohamed Diarmi. I mean, it wasn't too bad at times, Diarmi. Kevin Gallagher. Yeah, I remember him as well. I wasn't going to fall for that. I knew what it means now. Because I'm trying not to fall for these names now. Andy Griffin. Alex, good evening, everybody. Paul's channel, the Toon Review. Hi, Pete. Hi, all. Well done on the 1,500 subs, cheers, man. Q&A question for me would be, would you take Mitrovic back after his 41 goals so far this season in the Championship? No, I wouldn't. It just hasn't worked with Mitrovic in the Premier League. Of course, he went down with us, and he's went down twice with Fulham. That's the thing. So I don't think it would be an improvement from Mitrovic. And I think with the money we have now, we'll get someone a lot more better as well, definitely. So Cisco, yeah, he was shit. Lauren Charvet, yes, I remember him. He wasn't that good too. Jeremy, yeah, he wasn't that good too. Oh. Wait for some more coming in. It has been some really good questions that have come in tonight, definitely. Billy says Mitra has never had the service in the Premiership, mate. He hasn't in a way, but a lot of us fans as well just said, "No, they wouldn't have him back now." I think there'll be someone better now for him than him now, definitely. Ryan Sween, Albert Luca, remember him? Yes, I do. It just didn't work out, did it, for him, did it? On Newcastle aiming for European football next season, but Mitro scored enough goals in the Premier League to take us to that level, in my opinion. Club like Burnley, if they would stay, would make more sense for me. Yeah, I agree with that. Definitely. Yes. I think that would, yeah, I would agree with that. Graham Souness, another candidate for bad NUFC manager. Yep, absolutely. Didn't rate Souness at all at this club as a manager. He was terrible. Stephen Glass, yes, I remember him as well. I don't really make a think of him at times, Stephen Glass. So. Pully says, who remembers Gary Brady, who we got from Spurs? Horse crap. Yeah, I figure. Yeah, it wasn't that good, was he? Yeah, he was not good at all. And only one manager I've ever heard say he don't do tactics, and we all know who that is. Yep, we certainly do. Michael Chopra. I remember Chopra. Didn't score a lot of goals, did he, for us? No, he didn't. Didn't play an awful lot of times as well, I would admit. Andy Cole. Oh, yes. Andy Cole stays quality. Waiting on for some more coming in. We have about just over 50 minutes left of the show, guys. I hope you are enjoying it. Again, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe. And if you'd like to donate, Super Chat's available. Yeah. Ryan says, I went to school with Chopra at Gosforth High School. He was the era above me. Wow, nice one. I know that the majority of people say Sells was terrible. However, do you think the lad was given a fair chance? He was new to English game at the time with big expectation of promotion. I just didn't rate Sells. I mean, he was just, he would be very dodgy in terms of like trying to save or trying to come for catches to and all that. But I just didn't rate this. Who's been the best you've seen at the opposition? It's St James's Park. Wow. I mean, you on about this season, Billy, or out the whole of the out of all the games I've been at? Because there's probably quite a few I can think of. I'm off now, Peter. Take care. Keep up the great work. Cheers very much, Philip. Man, take care. I got a few. I got wrong a few times picking on Chopper in school via teachers. He was the school hero for football. All right. David says I like Craig Bellamy. I did, but he just let his mouth go at times. That was the thing. Chopper hates Bruce, but don't we all? Exactly. That's true. Ever Pete, I think mine is Gerard. Wow, yes, I think you could put him in there as well. Oh, who else could you think about out of all the games I've been to? Van Nistelrooy was a cracking player for Man United. I seen him score past us then. There's definitely a few more players I can think of as well. Definitely. Craig Bellamy v Feyenoord. Yes, I remember that. Gerard has to be one of the England's greatest players. Yep. Cristiano Ronaldo 7, of course. As well. So many good opposition players I've seen play against us at St James's Park. IPO, when are you next on here live? It'll be from the football show, which again I'm gonna have to check if what day I could do it this week as well, but it'll definitely be on this week, definitely. So do keep an eye out for that coming. I'm just waiting for some more comments. We've just got about just under 50 minutes left, guys. So do keep the questions coming in throughout the remaining of the show. Santon, I think, yeah, David's on about there. I didn't mind David Santon. Since I'm staying in Manchester next Monday after the Chorley v Gateshead, I had a little look for tickets for Man United v Brentford. I seen that tickets were £175 for a ticket. Definitely not paying that £175, really. Wow. Jesus Christ. I watched us win 4-3 Man United the other day with Robson, and the atmosphere is better now. It's nuts. It certainly is, man. I remember the 4-3 as well. What are you drinking, Pierre? Just on water the night. Not no alcohol the night, unfortunately. Sean, who's that, David, that you're on about? Apologies, I can't read that. Bad player against. Who's selling those tickets for the Man United? Try the club themselves. Bloody hell, man. Fans sung all the game against Norwich must be one of the best performances in the Premier League history. It's been one of our best performances this season away from home. It certainly is. David Edgar. Remember David Edgar? David. Not drinking on a school night, Pierre? Nah, not tonight. I don't really drink on a school night, to be honest. I've got to admit. So, yeah. Yeah, guys, it's been a really, really good show. That was on the official website as well. Bloody hell. Not drinking on a school night. He's still got his homework to do. Hey, wow. Sorry, Dave. I'm still not sure which player you're on about there. Sorry about that. Surely that's the prawn sandwich sweet. Pierre, do you game Pierre? I'm on Cyberpunk PS5 at the moment. I haven't got a PS5 at the moment. I game sometimes. I've still got my PS4, but that's it so far. But I haven't got a PS5 yet. I mean, I'm not in a rush to get one. I've got to admit that, to be honest. Okay, Pete, my lad called Jonathan. What's to know? Do you know a lad called Andrew? If you're on about Archer, yes, I do. PS5 are like heads, teeth to get, lol. Billy Chase says, Goda. I'll have to have a look at that one. Sean didn't play for Newcastle. No, he didn't play for Newcastle. Sean Goaz. That's what you're about. No, he didn't play for that one. Goda, bad player. Don't really know much about. You can get PS5 and CX 650 disc edition. Wow. Not him. Andrew. Which Andrew is it? Or was there anyway? Huh. I'm not too sure. I've just said I haven't got a PS5 yet, so I've not bothered looking for one yet. Yeah. Crystal Palace and Leeds have just finished 0-0 draw. Oh, Andrew Cruz, yes, I certainly do know him, man. Yes, I do. Yes, I do know Andrew Cruz, definitely. Cracking lad he is. That's who level 17 means, I reckon, Peter Shaw goal. I don't really know much about him, I must admit. But if you heard he's not a good player, then fair play then. Who do you want to win the title? Wow. It's a tough one on who want to win the title, but I think it's just going to be Man City again. Oh, favorite Newcastle YouTuber apart from your mates associated with the Toon Review. That's a hard because there's quite a few other channels I watch. Of course, I've got John's, Baz. There's got Newcastle Fans TV, the Magpie channel. I watch them as well. Shorty Toonami TV, Adam's channel I watches as well. There's just so many. It's hard to pick who's the favorite because there's just so many I like watching. I've got Remits, so there you are. Rubenstein's another one I really like watching his content as well. It's just so hard to pick. It really is. Wow. Jonathan Wicks. Nice one. But yeah, in terms of who's my favorite Newcastle YouTubers are hard because I just watch so many of them. Ryan says the NUFC community is great. I watch and support around the four podcasts. Nice one. That's a good one. Just got under 10 minutes left of the show, guys. So do keep the rest of your questions coming in before I do wrap up the show. David thinks I want Manchester City. It's his way sitting on Sunday. Yeah, I'm not too sure where I'm going to be sitting on Sunday. But of course, for the Liverpool game on Saturday, I'll be in my usual seat. Liverpool to win the Premier League and Everton to get relegated would be the icing on the cake for the Scouse Mackhams. Yeah, that would be, wouldn't it? One Merseyside wins the title, then the other one heads down. And it says, yeah, I definitely want City winning the league. I think they're still going to win it. I really, really think they are. As well, definitely. Can you sit in the Gallagher for the Lasses match? I'm not too sure yet. I know for the under 23s, it's normally the East Stand. I would say it all depends how many fans they are going to allow in on Sunday. That's the thing. So, you never know. Okay, it says, how much do you pay for the ticket for Sunday, Pete? It's £3 entry to get in on the door. So, at the turnstile. So, if anyone's willing to go for the women's game on Sunday against Alnwick Town for the Newcastle women, £3 at the turnstile. It will cost you to get in there, which to me, I'm paying that. But the women, it's their first game at St. James's Park, and it'd be great to see them in action for the Amanda and the rest, and our owners, of course, giving them the opportunity to play there, which is just absolutely fantastic. It is. This is free kids for adults and free for kids, isn't it? Yep, it is. Or it's either free or it might be or is it £1? It's one of them. I know definitely. It's definitely £3 for adults. Definitely. £3 now for a game of football these days? Absolutely not. I've paid it to see what the women play, some non-league games as well. I've paid to watch them there as well. I paid more than that for the non-league games as well. So there you are. Hopefully my friend can get me a season ticket. He got loads of points, but I'm not confident for ages of getting one. It's going to be really hard for him to get them. I know. Particularly, they'll give the ones who are going to renew the current ones to renew next season first, and then they'll look to put it on the general sale for everyone to try and get theirs. You could sit in the famous end and the opposite stand, right? Fair night. That's Dakota Lewis for the women's game on Sunday. So there you are, guys. Women a decent side. I've watched them before. Yeah, they are. They might have just missed out on the title though to Liverpool Feds. But yeah, they are a really good side to watch. I've watched them quite a few times this season, and they are definitely very good to watch. Definitely. So get yourself along and watch them if you haven't already done so, because I think they are really good to watch. They really, really are good to watch. Kate says, hope Bruno doesn't go to Real Madrid in the summer. I hope he doesn't. I think he won't. Not now. They'll want to keep a hold of him. He's only just joined the football club, and Bruno's happy. Yeah, the fans adore him, and he's loving it here already. Because I asked today at the under-23 games as they were playing at St. James's Park. Right, yeah. I mean, to defeat for the under-23s tonight it was, I've heard. 3-0 down in half-time. There you are. Just got about just over 2 minutes left. So try and keep the remaining live comments, questions coming in now. So there you are. Southampton had a player sent off as well in the 73rd minute. Well, Keith Gillespie, legend. That's another one that's not been mentioned. Keith Gillespie was a decent player for Newcastle. Could certainly cross the ball in. Apparently, the kid who scored the hat-trick was 15. Wow. 15 years old. Celtic v Rangers, 12 o'clock Sunday, followed by Newcastle v Alnwick Town Women's Decent Sunday. Yep, I totally agree with that. Again, back in the chat as well. No, it says, personally, nothing in women's foot cuts not going to be stupid. Personally, women's football, I think, is crap. Nothing against the women, but I've seen them before and better watching my nephew. That's a fair point. It's not going to be for everyone. So, there you are. It's like football's not for everyone as well. There you are. The poor bed must be at school tomorrow as well. And then on the 5th of May, Newcastle United under-23s v Blythe Spartan 7:30 kickoff, if I remember. Yes, that's right. That's right. Arsenal still want Arteta out. I think it all depends if he can get them in the Champions League next season. Alex is great late in the chat. It's not a football question. Who's your favorite Simpson character? I like either Lisa or Sherry and Terry. For me, it's probably between Bart or Homer. For me, I do like the Simpsons. I remember that back in the day. So there you are. Again, it's the questions don't have to be all football related, and Alex just asked one that's not football related. So there you are. St. James's Park. Yep, that's for the game against Blythe Spartans under 23s for the is it the Northumbria Cup? Alex says thoughts on Avenged Sevenfold, the band Avenged Sevenfold. They're not a bad band. I like some of the songs that they've got. Nightmare's a good one, definitely as well. Oh, it's your fucking nightmare. Oh, Paul's in the house as well. What's your favorite takeaway? Wow. Wow. Favorite takeaway. I do love a good fish and chips takeaway. Quite like a pizza takeaway as well. It's really kind of oh that one. But I really like fish and chips takeaway. I don't know why, but I just really do. Can't go wrong with a bit of that, I've got to admit. Batman's favorite Simpsons character. Have you watched the latest Bond film? Yes, I have seen it. I didn't see it at the cinema, but I got it on DVD as soon as that one came out. Definitely. Bossman at the Tomb Review. Swedish meatballs. Crap in a cock, God almighty. Indian, that's Ryan's favourite. 3 points is my favourite takeaway. Blythe have been strong in the Northumberland Senior Cup. They have put out their whole first team squad out, and they have quality, especially JJ O'Donnell. Yes, they do. They certainly have. Well, there you are. Again, Alex was saying 3 points is my favourite takeaway. Liam on Noel Gallagher. Wow. I mean, they're both good. I think they're both decent. Ryan says, anyone like the latest Batman movie? It's totally overrated, I think. I've not actually seen it, I must admit. But anyway, guys, we've now come to the end of tonight's live show. It's been another cracking one. Thank you very, very much for all your questions that have come in. Again, really, really thank you very, very much. I hope I've done well to answer them the best for you as well, definitely. So again, really, really appreciate your questions in for tonight, definitely. I should be back this week again with the usual football live show. Of course, the preview up for the Liverpool game as well, and of course the usual after game quick thoughts, fan reactions, player ratings as well. So do keep an eye out for those coming indeed. Martin, Tim Krul, or Dubravka, Tim Krul, I give it's got to be she given for me. Take care. Congratulations on the subs. Thank you very much. Please subscribe if you are new. Kate said stay on till 3 in the morning, and fortunately I've got work tomorrow, so I'll not be staying up till that late. I think Hollywood is dead, and we are left with the odd Tarantino film. Anyway, guys, thank you very much again for tonight. It's been another blast of a show. Till then, keep an eye out for the next video coming on the channel, which will definitely be most likely the preview first for the Liverpool game. And I shall see you all later. Take care, everyone. Thank you very much for your questions. Good night, everyone.